Hello.
Sorry. Hello and welcome to the Fluency First podcast. Today we have a very special guest.
We do.
So I'm Wendy. You may have met me before on previous podcasts. And today our very special guest is the one and only David. So we're going to find out a little bit more about David. So as you know, every podcast starts with small talk. So now we're back from holiday. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thanks. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Been very, very busy.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Likewise, I've been busy. My toilet was leaking, so that was fun. I haven't been sleeping very well. And I have post-holiday blues. I want to go back on holiday. Do you?
Me too. Yeah, I miss being on holiday.
I just feel like it was just too short. I feel like we should have had at least, 4 more days or something.
I think it's because we split the week as well, because we had some time in a hotel, some on the caravan site. So maybe we'll learn from it and next year do something different.
Well, northern Spain.
Yeah, that's on my cards. Yeah, well, hopefully you'll be coming with me. Okay, so we had a wonderful time on holiday.
We did.
What was your favourite part of the holiday?
I think my favourite part was waking up before sunrise at around 5:30 a.m. and cycling around the island in the dark and then getting to see the sunrise. It's just amazing. And I wish I did it every day, actually. But I was tired that day, if you remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely the best part of my holiday. And what about you, Mum? What was the best part for you?
I think I said on the last one, I think it was just all coming together in the evening and eating a meal together.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was really nice. But so on holiday, did you manage to switch off at all from thinking about your YouTube channel?
Well, yes and no. Yes, because I had little access to Wi-Fi and my phone wasn't working the whole holiday. So I was just forced to not use my phone, basically. And even in the caravan, occasionally I would pick up my phone and try and go on YouTube and realize that I didn't have any internet. It's quite funny, really. It's quite telling. It's showing how addicted I am to my phone in a scary way.
Maybe you should do it more often. Just turn it off.
Yeah. Well, likewise, Mother.
I know.
Likewise.
Yeah. I do sometimes leave my phone at home when I go out.
Yeah, but you do that. You don't do that intentionally. She just forgets her phone.
Yeah. Was it strange or was it nice doing an episode while we were on holiday? Podcast episode?
Yeah, I think it was very easy, wasn't it? We just walked around along the coast. Yeah. I asked you some questions and we had oysters at the end.
Yeah, it was really
nice.
It was
pretty simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was very fun, and that would be a good memory to have, that video.
Yeah.
Think about that video in 5-10 years time. We can look back on it, can't we?
We can. I watched it back the other day and it was just so nice to see the ocean, the blue sky. Today's really grey in the UK.
It's classic British weather, isn't it?
Yeah, I miss the blue skies.
Although I actually prefer this type of weather because I have very sensitive eyes. So a nice grey, dark sky is my perfect kind of day.
What do you think is the best thing about holidaying together as a family now that we're older, that you're older and you're not children?
I think I'm just very grateful for, the fact that we can all go on holiday together at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think many families can do that.
No.
I've been away for a long time as well, so it was very special, wasn't it? It was just too short.
Yeah. The best thing for me was there was less arguing than when you were small children. There's no fighting about who's got what or doing something or other.
Right.
Yeah. Do you remember that as a child?
I do, sibling rivalry and sibling fights and stuff,
Yeah.
arguments.
Yeah.
That's normal, though, surely.
It is normal, yeah. I observe that with other families. When we're on the beach, I can see other people going through what
So, look at them. Oh, yeah.
And I think I remember that well. But yeah, okay. So just tell us, why did you want to be interviewed, David?
Well, I don't think it's a question of want, but I was originally going to interview my granddad, who is unfortunately in hospital at the moment, but I'm sure I will get a chance to interview him at some point. But the next best thing was me. And I've kind of run out of people around me who actually want to be interviewed. But also I thought maybe people would like to know a little bit more about me. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to know about me. That's okay too. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I think you're a very interesting person, David, but I am biased.
Yes, you are.
I am, okay. Okay, so now for the main section and the main questions.
Great.
Right, let's go back a bit, David. How would you describe yourself as a child?
Very shy, so introverted. Low self-confidence, maybe. For example, I remember going to people's birthday parties and just really, really disliking the whole experience. And I remember wanting to go home.
Yeah. I remember you took your little Switch thing or whatever it was.
Game Boy.
Game Boy, yeah, and sitting while the party's going on, you'd sit there on your Game Boy, and I'd be there like thinking, shall I leave him? Shall I stay?
Should I stay or should I go? Well, yeah, so shy, introverted, a bit unsure, self-conscious, but at the same time, endlessly curious, creative, and I think I had a vivid imagination. And I still do, I think, actually. And I lived in my own world.
You did. David's world.
David's world, and I think I still do.
Yeah, I think you do. Sometimes you let others in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Were you always shy, or, when do you think that started to change?
I don't think it ever did change. Like speaking now, quite a few people might watch this, but all I see is that tiny black, round, shiny camera. So this for me is easier than, for example, speaking in front of many people, although I have done that.
You have?
A lot, yeah, I've done that a lot. So I think it's not that I changed being a shy person, but I was able to put on the mask of an extrovert or, being more sociable. And it's a skill, being a good communicator is a skill. So I've learned that. So I just learned how to communicate more effectively, Do you agree?
Yeah, but you were a shy child, but you didn't let it hold you back. Like you were in theatre productions.
Well, I think you saw I was shy and then told me to go to like acting school on the weekends to make me a bit more...
to help you, not make you.
Yeah, I don't think it did help me though, actually. Because the children that were there all wanted to be in the spotlight and the star of the show.
Yeah.
There weren't any people like me there who were a little bit more, quiet, introverted, reflective, Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was nice to see you on the stage anyway, so, yeah. And you were very good at languages growing up. So what sort of attracted you to learn languages?
Well, I don't think I was good at languages, really, for most of my, youth. I had my own kind of language when I was a child.
You did?
And only you understood me.
Your David language.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, when I was about 14 or 15, a friend of mine, Alex, his grandmother is French, and she wasn't very impressed with his French. And she said, I will send you to France this summer to learn French. And he came up to me in a panic and said, David, you have to come with me, you have to. And back then, I was quite open to new experiences, new adventures. So I just said, okay, great. You know, I didn't speak very good French and I wasn't that interested in languages. But I went there and I just met so many interesting people from all over the world. You know, as a kind of 15-year-old, it was quite an important experience that changed the trajectory of my life, because I realized how important language is, how amazing it is to communicate with others in another language. And I think that's where it all started.
Right. What did you do when you went to France that summer?
So I did volunteer work, building a wall in an old kind of chateau, but it was fantastic. We lived in tents, and it was an amazing experience.
I remember packing you off, you and two of the friends went, and you were so young, and I can't believe I let you go now. It was like you were...
I don't think that would happen.
I don't think I'd let you do it now, but it seemed okay then. But it was sounded like a really good experience. And
can I just say that when I came back from that volunteer work, all of a sudden I was like obsessed with French, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And I only got a C in my GCSEs, so that's like a test you take at school. And I wanted to do French for A levels. And the teacher said, no, you can't do it because you have to have at least a B to take the class. And I remember saying, look, let me in. If I don't get an A by Christmas, you can chuck me out. And, you know, I got an A by Christmas, and I was one of the top students in the class.
Yeah, I think that's part of your personality, though, isn't it? Because
obsession.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that,
That's
but
okay.
You do get obsessed by things, don't you?
Yeah.
So language, it's probably good to have an obsession.
But at the same time, what I realized was when you learn another language, you're opening a door to imagine your mind is like a palace, like a big castle. And I feel like if you only speak one language, you are confined to a small room in that castle.
Yeah.
And when you learn a new language, it's just opened up completely. You know, you're able to even have a new personality. You know, and you get to experience like different music and TV, movies. Culture, and for me, comedians, I liked comedy and stuff. So I
am quite envious. Like when we were on holiday, you were able to chat to the taxi driver and, you know, chat to people in ordinary situations rather than just saying, can I have a baguette, please? In French.
Right.
So I'm quite envious. And French was not the only language that you've learned, has it?
Right, of course. Korean later on.
Yeah, but you do seem to want to learn the language of the culture that you're in.
I think so.
Yeah. Do you remember a time when speaking another language made you feel connected or proud?
I think when you expose yourself to the language, you really can feel a deep connection when you start listening to the music, learning the songs, speaking with people, learning the culture, the history, then you feel a deep sense of connection. But also when I was young, going to that, doing the volunteer work, I felt an amazing sense of deep connection. That like language is the thing that connects us. As for being proud, I think I'm always very hard on myself. I find it difficult to feel proud of myself. Yeah, I do find that's something I struggle with.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have, actually.
Oh, and yet you've got such a lot of things that have happened in your life to feel proud of.
Well, I feel proud of other things,
Yeah.
but I guess, this is a series that I'm doing at the moment about psychological barriers, the things that block us.
Yeah.
And I think I always found it difficult because I was comparing myself with others. I have some friends that speak 8 languages fluently.
Gosh.
So when I try to feel proud, I think of them and go, oh God, wow.
Yeah. But when you put your language skills against mine, you are so much above what I
so we're
can
always
do.
comparing with each other, aren't we? Yeah. So I guess I should feel proud. There are some moments, when I felt proud, I guess. But,
Oh, well, I'm proud of you. I felt proud of you on holiday, so...
Thank you, Mother. Thank you.
That's what mothers are for. Yeah. Okay. So, did learning languages change how you saw yourself, or did it give you more confidence?
I realized that you can, I think I said it earlier, but you can take on not another personality, but another side of your personality. For example, I think when I speak French, I'm a little bit more confident.
Right.
Did you notice when I was in France?
You spoke very confidently.
Yeah, but then when I speak Korean, I'm very shy. Maybe, I guess in Korean it's important to be humble. So I have different sides of my personality.
Yeah. That's really strange, isn't it? That.
Oh, it is. But it's great because you can decide, there's actually a person I know who learned English to try to kind of escape from their current situation, to take on another kind of culture and language. But anyway.
Yeah. So from what you're saying, it seems to me that learning the languages of different countries, it's much more than developing and the fluency and learning the language. It is all that sort of soaking up the cultural aspects.
I think to get to an advanced level, so C1 or C2, you need to live the language, and that means also learning the culture, right? And the history, and the music, the TV shows, kind of tapping into the zeitgeist of. It doesn't have to be the zeitgeist, right? The kind of the culture of the time now, but kind of tapping into the cultural aspect of the language.
Yeah, and I think that is important because we have little sayings, don't we, that relate back to history or in nursery rhymes, and if you don't understand what they are, people drop them into conversation.
Oh yeah, like jokes in English, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, because Emily, your other sister, one of your sisters, she's not heard a lot of the sayings that I've used, and what does that mean then? So put the wood in the door means
close the door.
Put the wood in the hole.
Put the wood in the hole.
Close the door.
Close the door.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things like, what is it, the pot calling the kettle black or something.
Yeah, that's quite a common one. I nearly said that earlier, but I thought I wouldn't confuse people by saying that.
Really?
Yeah. So you've spent quite a lot of time learning languages. What made you want to become a teacher?
I think I kind of fell into it, When I was at university, a mother asked me if I could teach sons English. I really enjoyed that. And I also helped a Polish woman who worked at a hotel. I helped her with her English, but I realized that I didn't really know what I was doing. I had a big grammar book, right? Grammar in Use, the famous one. And so I did the TEFL course quite early on, if you remember.
I remember you doing it.
A long, long time ago. And then I worked for the British Council and worked in schools, in like a primary school and a high school. And I think that's when I really fell in love with it. That's when I fell in love with it. Was that the question?
Yeah, kind of. It was what made you want to become a teacher.
Oh, okay. What made me? I think I just love helping people.
Right, yeah.
I want to help people. I think that is in my blood. Yeah. I love helping people. and helping people with learning English fulfills that goal. It's great to see how people improve, but also I like to instill confidence in people. It's not just learn the language. Here are some grammar exercises and phrasal verbs. It's more about how can you feel confident with English and make it a part of your life, because I feel like, we talk about native speakers. I feel like, anyone can become like a native speaker. Maybe we need to use a different word, like a fluent speaker. But I don't think a language should belong to, like, England, Australia, America or something. I feel like anyone can kind of own English. And anyone can become native, like a completely fluent speaker. I think, and observing, you're so passionate about learning languages, and like you say, it's more than the grammar. It is that fluency and enjoying the culture. And I think it goes much deeper than traditional teaching English as a foreign language. I think you've got that passion, and that's what you want to share, and I think you get that across. Well, I've definitely learned a lot in the classroom about making the lessons fun, and also like relevant to the students' lives. So it can also be about them sharing their culture, but in English. So that's important too. I think it's wonderful to see that passion and that you share it. Thanks, Mum. That's my pleasure, my darling. So were there any teachers, when you were learning, that inspired you? I don't know. Do you mean like when I was a student, or when I was learning to become a teacher, or both? Well, both really. Because at school, were there any teachers that inspired you? So when I was a student, there were a few teachers. I had an English teacher, Mr. Wheeler. He was very interesting, and I learned a lot about the English language, and that actually got me interested in the English language. I had a teacher who I just looked up to, the PE teacher, Mr. Wheatley. But I think that was more because, he liked basketball, he was a surfer, he got me interested into Jack Johnson, and I played guitar. Still one of my favourite songs. Which one? The Together one. Better Together. Yeah, that's it. I love that song. But my French teacher, so looking back, at the time, I don't think I looked up to her, but her name was Mrs. Wenham, and she looked like she had the spitting image. That's a good phrase, everyone. The spitting image of Elizabeth I. Really? Yeah, like red curly hair, very white skin, and that kind of scary look. A regal sort of persona. But her exercises in class were just kind of instrumental in not just for me as a learner, but as a teacher. So for example, we would walk in the classroom. She was very strict, right? We'd walk in the classroom. She's like, right, sit down. It's dictation time. And we have to listen to maybe a minute clip or a 30-second clip. And we write down exactly what we hear in French. And then you have to, exchange with your partner. And I think you got like 20 points. And for every mistake you made, you had to lose a point. But, and everyone hated that activity. Did you? I loved it. I thought you might. I loved it. But I brought that into my classroom. But not in a strict way. We say gamify, make it into a game. For example, running dictation. It's a very famous activity for teachers, especially English teachers. Basically, you're in groups, you run and read a sentence, you come back to your group, and you have to say that sentence to a partner, and they write it down. I thought you might be running along while you would. No, jogging and writing. No, I thought that's a new activity. No. But for example, that's a similar activity, but so much fun. I think I've done that activity over 500 times. Wow. And did your students enjoy it? They love it. Wow.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
So those were teachers that inspired you, David, whilst you were at school. Have there been any other teachers that have inspired you as an adult when you've been a teacher yourself?
I think, when you work at a school, you have to do like peer review, like peer feedback to other teachers. So you do watch a lot of teachers. And I think I've always kind of learned one or two things from most teachers. I'll have a notepad and I'll always try to pick up something that they've done that I want to use in the classroom.
Yeah.
But it's not a teacher. I mean, he is a teacher, but Scott Thornbury, who's kind of a rock star in the kind of ELL, English language learning, or EAL, right?
Yeah.
English as an additional language. He's very famous, and I just really like his method, his teaching. I was so inspired from everything, from how he structures lessons, his approach to learning. So I think he was the one person who really changed how I teach and gave me a different perspective on how to be a good teacher and what that means. And I even had the chance to meet him in person.
Oh, really? Where was that?
I met him at a conference in South Korea, maybe in 2014.
Gosh.
I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, ever since I met him, my teaching changed and improved a lot.
That's fantastic. It's great that you sort of met somebody that inspired you as well.
Yeah.
And did he live up to expectations?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's fantastic.
I think he's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been very successful in your career. What were the biggest struggles for you early on in your career?
Early on,
as you were starting out?
Well, I did say I went to France, and I think that was 2009, maybe 2008. It was a very long time ago, everyone.
Yeah.
But I went to France, and I was a new teacher, and I had to work at a primary school and a high school. So I had to teach students of all different ages and levels from day one.
Gosh.
And some teachers just weren't really bothered by like what I was doing. I think they were just happy to have a free period. So like, there's the class, do what you want. So it was just really interesting and so challenging because I wanted to make it fun, interesting, useful. And I think that year I had a really big learning curve.
Right.
It was just every lesson I learned so much about being a teacher. Like I had a book and I would write what went well, what didn't do well, how can I improve for my next class. If you do that for every class, after a year, you kind of know what you're doing.
You'd have quite a comprehensive sort of resource to draw upon.
And it can be something as simple as speaking time. A lot of new teachers spend way too much time speaking in front of the class.
Yeah.
So maybe it's about prioritizing student speaking time, for example.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh. Okay, so you talked there about struggles in your early career. What about life in general, David? Are there things that you find challenging?
I think I find most things challenging, Mom.
I think we all do.
Yeah, I think life is challenging.
That's true.
I think... Well, I've struggled with coming back to the UK. I think I still am struggling with it, I miss being in a country where, English isn't the first language. It's very expensive here.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, in my personal life, I think I've struggled with fear. Fear of people judging me, right, or not being liked. Fear of, I don't know, failure maybe.
That's a big one, isn't it, for a lot of people?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have the same fears, really. But yeah, I think the fear of not being liked or judged, that's a big thing that I struggle with, but I'm, working towards overcoming.
Yeah. I always used to tell people that fear is fantasy expectations appearing real.
Yeah, famous line.
Yeah, I don't know where it's from.
It's from one of the self-help books from the 80s.
Okay. Well, it still stands. It still stands.
Fear is very interesting.
Yeah, okay. Was there ever a time that you doubted your path, as being a teacher?
I think I've always doubted my path.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think, because I think for too long, I let the waves of life push me around, right, without choosing or deciding things for myself. For example, I might have stayed in a job for too long because it's just easy to, sign the contract again and just stay in the job. What was your question? I forgot.
It was there ever a time that you doubted the path you've chosen?
Yeah, I think I always doubt. Yeah, I do. But now I've come to realize that whatever choice you make is the right choice as long as you make the choice, right? You need to make the decision. Because not making a decision, in a way, that is a choice. There's that famous J.K. Rowling quote, isn't there, about, that if you let the world decide, you fail by default because you haven't tried, you haven't decided to do something yourself.
Yeah.
It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
Yeah, so even if this fails, that's okay. I will just change and adapt and keep moving forward. That's how I feel.
Oh, that's fantastic. So has anything sort of helped you along the way? You've chosen this path. What's helped you?
Helped me with what?
Choosing this path that you're on at the moment.
Has anything helped me? Well, your support, Mum.
Oh, thank you.
You and Dad and people around me supporting me, basically.
Yeah, just support.
But then also having self-belief is important too, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just brings to mind that little dog tag that you used to have as a child.
Yeah. It's
choice, not chance, that determines our destiny.
Your fate. Oh, it's choice, not chance, that determines your destiny.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And you had that as quite a young teenager.
Yeah, so when I was about 11 years old, I wanted a dog tag, right, that usually soldiers have. And I don't know why I wanted that engraved on it. It's choice, not chance, that determines your destiny.
Yeah.
But what's even more interesting is, for so long, I let other people decide my fate. It was only until, around my 30s, my mid-30s, when I said, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah. Oh, you've done really well. I think, it's been quite
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Oh. Okay, so looking back now, is there anything you wish you could have told or you could tell to your younger self?
I think I would have said to myself, be decisive. Right? Just make a decision, David.
Yeah.
Don't wobble between, I don't know, should I do this, should I not?
Yeah.
Just make a decision, and whatever happens, it's going to be okay, because you can always change, you can always adapt. I in the past, I've helped a lot of people in their 20s, early 20s, with English because they need it for a job, right, for their exams. And they have always said to me, I don't know if I should be doing this, or I see a lot of uncertainty in their eyes and what they say. And I just think, I sometimes tell them, if you're in your 20s, it's going to be okay. If you don't like something, you can change your career completely.
Yeah.
So just enjoy the journey, enjoy the path.
Yeah. And I think take every opportunity that comes your way.
Well, you're the, Mrs. CV lady, aren't you? Everyone knows that already.
I know, yeah.
Take all the opportunities, put it on your CV.
Yeah, have your...
And, but yeah. I mean, I've always done that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm very proud of what you've achieved, David.
Thank you, Mum. Thank you.
So I think I've come to the end of sort of where you've come from and how you've got to where you are. And Ian is going to take over.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and he's going to ask you questions about your transition and into the future.
Okay. Well, thanks for everything, Mum.
That's fine. I've really enjoyed it. It's nice to spend some time just chatting because life is so busy and we don't.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mum.
My pleasure. Mwah.
Can I just say, if you've ever seen this cup on a YouTube video, you might be wondering why there's an eye on it. Why is it, Dad?
It's for Ian.
But you never drink out of this cup. I've never seen you drink out of this cup in my entire life.
It's not my favourite cup.
You like small cups.
Yeah. I'm going to introduce part 2 now of this video, which is to look at the present and the future.
Great.
With you.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Well, a general question to start with, which is what is life like right now and how are you spending your time? 2 questions.
Well, it's quite busy, right? Quite hectic. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, in my mind and outside. I'm trying to obviously, do the YouTube channel. But I'm enjoying being back in the UK and seeing all of you and knowing that you're very close and nearby.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I'm pleased that you're enjoying it here.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah. So what do you think what are the biggest challenges you're facing at the moment?
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, a challenge is maybe being able to balance kind of personal life and work life and YouTube and, hobbies, because I do have a lot of hobbies. And it's difficult really, because I don't,
So how successful are you at managing that balance?
Not very.
Right, okay.
Yeah, not very at all. I'm not very successful at managing.
Anything you could do about that, do you think?
I mean, I could create a schedule, or I could decide. I think I need to prioritize which hobbies are the most important, because now I'm going to start learning Italian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I do need to prioritize that now. So I need to maybe stop playing the guitar a little bit, stop playing chess. Yeah. Or learn the Italian game in chess. That's a type of chess opening. Anyway, So that's the challenge. It's finding the balance, because I also really want to reply to everyone on YouTube, but I'm finding it quite difficult. But it's on my phone, right? So it's always buzzing. Not always. I'm not that popular. But so I'm finding it a bit difficult.
Okay. So let's look at the online part of your life at the moment. What's the hardest part about your online presence?
I think just putting yourself out there is difficult. Or it was very difficult at the start, right? It took me 18 years to get here.
I know.
So I think, with the fear of people maybe criticizing you or judging you, but I said to Mom, I've come to realize that you can't do anything about that. And you just need to speak your truth, be authentic, do your best.
And be in the present.
Be in the present, be kind. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well I think you're doing a good job of it.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
I have to say though that it's very weird being interviewed by you and Mom. It's very strange, right? Because it's so easy for me to ask people questions, but now I have to open up and kind of talk about myself. I've never done that before. I don't know how many people will watch this. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Daunting.
Daunting, you know. I felt a bit apprehensive coming here and filming with you.
Well, it's been interesting for me as well, actually, hearing from you about stuff that you don't often talk about with me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I didn't know you were going to learn Italian, for example.
Yeah, oh no, that's been in the pipeline for a long time. So I bought my materials and I said I would start in September, but I think I'm going to start now. I'm going to secretly take my wife to Italy and surprise her with my Italian. That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay, yeah. What do you normally do when things don't go to plan? In life, generally?
Seek another opportunity, right? Try and find something else. You know, if you fall down, you get back up again, right? So, and it's definitely about adapting and then finding what works and then keep on moving forward. So I think a lot of things haven't gone to plan in my life.
Can you think of any good example of that? And tell me a bit more about what you did when something didn't go to plan.
This definitely feels like a job interview, doesn't it? This is a job interview question, everyone.
Well, I'll let you know when afterwards whether you got the job. Yeah.
Well, I guess I was at a school and I wasn't enjoying it, you know. And the plan was to go there and be there for a long time.
Which school was that? That was in Thailand, was it?
It was, yeah, I don't really want to be specific with what school, really. But it was in the first school in Thailand. And it didn't go to plan. So I had to decide what to do, right? So I found a different route and a different path. But then I also had to kind of take it on the chin, so to speak, which means kind of endure your current situation, knowing that, you know, it will get better. And I had to be there for a while. So, yeah.
Let's specifically look at YouTube. Where do you see your podcast going in the next year or two? What would you hope for?
I'd really like to interview people from all around the UK, you know, and it's not just strangers, right? I don't want to just interview strangers. I want to get to know people. So maybe go to a small village, stay there for a while, and then interview people about their lives and things like that. I want to make sure I also have the best content for people learning English that I can make. So in the future I might add, flashcards and interactive transcripts, and so I wanted to make it bigger than just me and our family and stuff, right? And find more interesting people. As you know, pretty much my whole life, I've always loved documentary films, right? Documentaries. So I think this is part of my documentary kind of desire from my youth.
Right, but without having the need to travel too much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I love it.
Because that was always why you didn't go into documentary making, wasn't it?
No, I think I didn't go into documentary making because of the fear of people judging me, quite simply.
Right.
You know, being out on the street with a camera, like, I didn't want people to be looking at me. But if you have a big camera, and back then I did, nowadays everyone films with a small camera. But I didn't want people looking at me. But it's like, you know, so it's something I've learned. And but I'm happy where I am now.
Okay, good, right, good. Yeah, this is an interesting question. Do you see yourself returning to the classroom at any point in the future? Because you've spent a lot of time in the classroom, haven't you? And I know you've enjoyed a lot of it.
Yeah, I do. I think I will go back to the classroom, or even start my own project, like my own school, a physical school. That would be really fun. Because I think teaching online is also like very rewarding. You still get a lot of the same things, like, you know, seeing people improve. But the classroom is just different, you know. You can do a lot more in a classroom. You obviously have a lot more students.
And you with them,
You're
there's
with them
real
all the
people.
time,
Yeah.
And you've got more scope for kind of, you can push the boundaries, you know, with activities.
What would be your biggest success in a classroom, do you think?
My biggest success? Well, like my best class? Well, I went to a workshop and a guy was talking about kind of the Montessori method of where you prepare activities and kind of sit back and let them do the activities. So one of the things with Montessori is where, you know, the teacher, you want the students to be learning so effectively that the teacher is not really needed to be there.
Right.
But so I went to this workshop and I prepared a class, and I remember the manager coming in, watching, and I remember her being absolutely amazed.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of preparation involved. So the class itself looks like you're not doing anything, but but actually there is a lot of preparation. But yeah, that was one thing. I think just like a success where I think of a new way to gamify a lesson, right? That means make it into a game. And if it's successful, I just feel amazing after it, you know. But it's not just, oh, this was a great lesson. You still want your students to be improving. It's not just, oh, that was a fun lesson. You need to be like, okay, are they remembering vocab or these, you know, talking about some topics or stuff? So it's constantly the kind of fun part and the work part.
Okay. All right. Good.
That was a bit of a long answer, wasn't it?
No, that's okay. It's all right. Wow. Yeah. If you had unlimited resources, what sort of project would you launch tomorrow?
Oh, okay. Tomorrow. Well, I would still keep, you know, my language side, right? Because I love teaching and learning languages, and that's a part of me.
Yeah.
But I think I would open like a retreat.
Oh, right.
Where people can go and do meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, Tai Chi, maybe like psychotherapy sessions, and also I'd like it not to be too expensive. So it's like accessible to, you know, as many people as possible.
Where would it be? Where would be your ideal location?
Well, down the road, Barlow.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's where you got married, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lovely village.
Somewhere like that, exactly. So, and I think, you know, as a child, I remember you going on retreats and being very, very curious and interested about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would do something like that, and then still keep my language stuff on the side, because you'll need a lot of time and money for that. Especially if like it's going to be really cheap. Like it's not going to be like a, you know, very profitable. But it'll be interesting and fun.
Be very rewarding, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next question then. What kind of impact do you hope your work has on people?
Well, I hope that it doesn't just, you know, improve their language skills, but I would like to instill confidence and self-belief in students.
Right.
Because I think that's what's lacking in kind of the language learning area. Most people that learn languages struggle with psychological problems. That means, you know, problems in their mind or how they feel about the language.
Like a lack of self-belief.
Lack of self-belief, not wanting to get laughed at. I mean, this is mainly for English people learning another language. It's about the being laughed at, you know. But yeah, I think being part of that, helping people feel confident and feel like English can be a part of them, because it can be. They can also own English. It's not like they're native speakers and I'm a foreigner. It's not like that, in my opinion. It's you can always become a fluent English speaker and make English who you are, you know, a part of your life. So that's what I'd like, I hope. the impact will be.
And do you think you are having that impact right now?
I think I'm not sure. I mean, I've done a few videos, right, on psychological aspects of learning English. But I think when I start doing maybe group classes, more group classes and seminars and workshops, I think that's when you really see the impact, because you do certain exercises to help people overcome.
Right, so then you'll have the evidence for it.
Yeah, then you can see it. Yeah. It's a little bit like, what's it called? Toastmasters. People who learn how to speak in public. At the start, they're very shy, and at the end, they are completely different people.
I went to Toastmasters for a time.
You? Well, so you know. Oh, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was very helpful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do exercises like where you pick up a piece of paper and you have to suddenly talk about a subject. There's loads of different exercises you can do, but you're also building confidence. Yeah. That's what it's about. I always say confidence, comes from competence. But not only that, there's other things to it. But yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can remember feeling very nervous, but it didn't come across that I was nervous. It's interesting, the nervousness is an internal feeling. And
well, sometimes it can show, right? Like stuttering, pacing, sweaty palms, slurring your words, forgetting your words. So there are some kind of physical symptoms of like being very anxious. But yeah, I'm the same, because I had to do a lot of talks to hundreds of people, and I felt very nervous. But people said, wow, you're so confident on stage. I was thinking, God, little do they know, I was terrified.
Yeah, yeah. It's very common, I think, that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me what success looks like for you now and how that definition has changed.
I think, I like talking about this kind of topic, success. And I like reading what all the philosophers, right, the great thinkers of the past thought about success. And I think it's very difficult, because it's kind of like if someone says, what is success to you? It's a multifaceted question, isn't it? Because it's like, if someone says, what do you think is a successful friendship? What's a success? Then that's easy. But like just a successful life, it definitely has changed, because people use that phrase, oh, he's very successful. And that means he's got a lot of money. But is that a successful life? Right?
Well, yeah.
So, so it's difficult. But yeah, obviously in the past, maybe I thought a successful life was being very rich. But now I think having a successful life involves a lot of things. Some of them are being authentic, being genuine, being true to yourself, knowing yourself, learning how to overcome hardship, and acceptance as well. Acceptance. These are kind of like things from Nietzsche, right? The amor fati idea of loving your fate. So loving, not just accepting your path or your ups and downs, but loving them.
Yeah.
Things like that. But then also I learned from people like Michel de Montaigne. I think he was a 16th century French philosopher, and he's very much about kind of balance and acceptance, and living a simple life, enjoying the simple things in life. That was also a successful life. So it's a very difficult question. I think for me right now, it's about having good connections with people, doing your best, being true to yourself, and also being kind and compassionate. I think kindness is underrated.
Would you say you're a kind person?
I can be. I think I try to be, yeah. And sometimes I'm too kind. You know, people might abuse you, abuse your kindness. So I think it's also important to be grounded. You know, because some people are very kind to others all the time, but then people might use them. What's your idea of success? A successful life?
It's a life with where you feel content with relationships, particularly relationships. So my family is very important to me, and my relationship with my wife's very important to me, and doing the sort of things that you find satisfying also. That's important.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot to say that when I was maybe in my late teens, I always saw success like a cake. And I thought that if you're just able to do what you like doing in life, then that is your cake, right? That's the sponge part of the cake. The icing on the cake would be getting paid to do what you love.
Yeah, that's right.
And the cherry on top is being recognized, right, for being, for what you do. So it's like maybe you want to be in the movies, a film director. Maybe you could just make your own films and have a YouTube channel. Perfect. Maybe you get paid to do films for other people. And then finally, maybe you get an Oscar. You don't need an Oscar. You don't need that cherry on top. But it's always nice, isn't it?
I have a friend who is an accountant, and he just loves his job. He loves his job so much, and he just loves going in every day. And he's 70 this year, and he's still working and really enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the dream. That really is a dream. And I realise that I do love teaching, and I also like doing this.
Right, so it's challenge time now, David.
Challenge time. Sorry, I was daydreaming.
You're ready for that. No. So just tell me one thing that you're afraid of.
What am I afraid of? On the superficial level, right? So things like, spiders. I'm not really afraid of spiders. I guess I don't like heights very much nowadays. On a deeper level, I am afraid of the people around me dying. And I think about that a bit too much. So not just Nana and Grandad, because obviously it's going to happen, right? It's inevitable. But also you and Mom and people around me. And it reminds me of a song by John Mayer called Stop This Train. And it's about wanting to stop the train, pause it, and keep it where we are.
But, we can't do that, can we?
No. Because I know you've had, people in your life who have passed away. What do you have any advice on how to get over that?
I have some difficulty dealing with it. So, like you, so I still grieve for those people. But I think my advice would be to talk about it with other people who are alive. And so just tell them how you're feeling and express the emotions, and I think that's therapeutic. But you can't get over the fact that you're going to suffer when you lose somebody very close, and it goes through stages, and it gradually diminishes as you get further distant from the event. But it is difficult. So anyway, let's look at something different now. What are you most proud of?
Oh, is that the next question?
The next question, yeah. What are you most proud of in your life?
I think Mom asked me a similar question, but I find it difficult to be proud of myself. I'm not sure why. What am I most proud of? maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I think, taking opportunities when they just suddenly came up. And I just took an opportunity. And it might be, going on a tall ship, if you remember that. I worked on a tall ship, going to France as a 15-year-old working, going to Korea suddenly, not knowing anything about the country, to work. So I think I'm kind of proud of that, but I don't know. I think I need to see a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist to uncover why I have this difficulty of feeling proud of myself.
You've got a fair bit to be proud of, I think. Let's change the subject a bit. It's still challenges, but there's a place that you'd like to live for a year. What if you could choose one place where you'd like to live for a year? Where would it be?
Probably Japan.
Right. Have you been to Japan?
I have, yeah.
Right.
That was actually the first time I did a solo trip on holiday. I went to Tokyo. But I'm just interested in the history of Japan. I also like the language because it's structurally, as in the syntax, the word order, similar to Korean, and the grammar is also very similar to Korean, but it's a completely different language. So I find it quite interesting. The food really suits me. Like, it really suits me. Like, I can eat anything in Japan. It's perfect. Thailand, I'm just, I can't eat spicy food. I mean, I can on the mouth, but my stomach, yeah, anyway, I won't explain any more, but yeah. So yeah, probably Japan for a year. What about you?
I think it would be, well, could I rove around European cities a bit?
No, one country only.
One country only. Ooh.
For a year.
I think probably right now it would probably be, this might surprise you.
Okay.
It might be France.
Really? Oh. What makes you say that?
I've just had a lovely holiday in France with my wife and my family, and I've really enjoyed it.
I also went there as well, everyone.
Yeah. I just love the place. I'd like to spend more time there and get a bit more involved in the language and go to some non-touristy places in France as well. And, and so I think it would be France.
Maybe you could, make that dream into a reality.
Possibly.
Because it's a very close country.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost that much money to go to France. Depending on where you're staying, it might cost a lot. But hopefully in the future you can do that.
I don't want to stay in an expensive place.
I know. All you need is a tent and a forest. We all know. Yeah.
I don't think Wendy would be too happy about that.
No, she wouldn't. But how about Mom can have a nice hotel and you can sleep outside on the street?
Yeah, possibly. We've talked about a place you'd like to go to. Let's now look at a place that you would not like to go back to.
Oh, not to go back.
Where would you never go back to?
I asked you that question in the podcast, didn't I?
I think you did.
My last question.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. There isn't a place I wouldn't go back to, because places change, and I always give places and people second chances.
And I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, really though, there isn't a place I wouldn't go back to.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
So, although actually, come to think of it, I do have a bad memory of going to Vietnam, but it wasn't because of Vietnam. It was because of the person I went with. So I think I have very bad memories of that place.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of Carol's interview. This is another person, I don't know if you watched her interview, but she talked about how Cornwall affected her. So I think, in a way, I actually would like to go back to Vietnam to change that memory.
It's often associations, isn't it, with places
Yeah.
that you remember that make the place a place you don't want to go back to.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting that.
So, but in a way that has triggered me to want to go back there and change the memory.
Yeah, it's a positive attitude, that. So it's good. What's your idea of a perfect day?
Perfect day, wake up naturally without an alarm. And maybe it would have to involve going for a walk somewhere nice, somewhere peaceful, calming, relaxing.
On your own or with someone?
With my wife.
Yeah.
And having lunch somewhere nice, and coming back, maybe watching a movie. Like that would be my ideal day. Yeah. What about you, out of interest?
It would be similar, because I love walking. For example, I'm doing the Southwest Coastal Path.
Yeah, you said that in your podcast. He's leaving soon, everyone.
I'm going on the 8th of September. We've got 3 days of walking, and that will be idyllic for me. That will be a perfect day, perfect 3 days.
That's good. Yeah.
So that will be really good with good friends. And we don't talk a lot, but we just walk, and we stay in the evenings, obviously, and we chat in the evenings and things. But when we're walking, we don't talk a lot. It's interesting. We just like soak it all up. Yeah.
Oh wow. Now I wanted to change mine, because it might be actually to wake up on the Ile de Ré.
Oh right.
And go on a bike ride, go to all the villages, have a fantastic lunch, come back and relax.
And watch a movie.
Not watch a movie. Come back and relax in the, late afternoon sun. Maybe read a book or listen to an audiobook, because I like to listen to audiobooks as well. That would be ideal.
Okay, that's good. Great. What's the thing that most people don't know about you?
That's a really difficult question. That is a challenging question. Maybe a few things. One could be I used to coach basketball. I was very into basketball, obsessed with becoming the best coach. So there's that. Maybe another thing is that I'm dyslexic. So I struggle to read. I've always found it difficult, although I like reading. And it's interesting because, so many things in my life, for example, so dyslexia, when I was young, I couldn't speak very well, so I had speech therapy. And even now, I do have a problem with my hearing. And you wouldn't think that a person with all those three things would be interested in learning languages or even teaching languages. So I think, those three things, hardly anyone knows that about me. So, yeah.
What about your singing and your guitar playing?
Yeah. So I play guitar. I like to write songs. Not really for anyone. It's more if something big happens, like something sad. Writing a song is my way of feeling better and getting over something, and it's one of the most relaxing things that I can do, which is to play the guitar, sing, or write a song.
Okay, so tell me now, what are you learning about yourself?
That's a difficult question.
I like to ask difficult questions.
Well, I think I'm learning about my, they call it the monkey mind, right? The mental chatter in your head. And I'm learning that you don't need to listen to that voice all the time. And that voice, right, that thinking, you don't consciously verbalize those thoughts all the time. What I mean is, your mind, those thoughts happen to you, similar to breathing. So, you can think about breathing now, breathe in, breathe out, but you will breathe without thinking about it. And it's the same with thinking. If you're not aware of what you're thinking, your brain will just think thoughts for you all throughout the day. So I think I'm learning to control that. When I mean control, I mean decide whether to listen to it, and then also try to ground myself, be in the present. Yeah, go on.
Also decide whether to act on it.
Yeah. Act on thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. And also I think I'm learning about, so my ego, as in, the thoughts, your desires, your fears, but also about trying to become more compassionate and kind, because I think it is difficult in, nowadays. But yeah, I think you don't stop learning about yourself, do you?
No.
But I also learned that about fear, and that the best way to overcome the fear of doing something is to actually start doing it.
Yeah.
Because I was terrified about terrified of the thought of starting a YouTube channel.
I remember.
Petrified.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, you remember. And then now it seems, quite natural. Not natural, but we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're getting there.
So, yeah. So I'm come to the last question now, which is another difficult question, no doubt.
Great.
Yeah. One word to describe where you are in your life right now.
Adventure.
Okay.
I mean, that's a noun, right? But I'm on an adventure. It feels like an adventure because I'm a little bit scared, a little bit excited, a little bit nervous, hopeful. There's so many emotions on this adventure. And I think that's what life should be. Although I don't like being nervous all the time. But yeah, so life is an adventure. And maybe I can quote Bill Hicks, a comedian. He said, life is a ride. It's just a ride. So I want to enjoy it.
Good. Well, hope we do.
Thank you, Dad.
We've come to the end of this interview, very close to the end of it. We've known you for a long time, David. In fact, your whole life.
Yeah, you have.
And it's been really special for me to...
Has it really?
Oh, yes, it's been really interesting to talk to you and interview you in this way, because we don't usually do this, do we?
No.
So what's it been like for you?
I think it's been interesting. I've tried to not think about what I'm saying in terms of English language, because as a teacher, I'm always really aware of which words I'm using for which level of student. But for this, I try to completely ignore that and just speak from the heart. But at the same time, I think it was a little bit nerve-wracking being put on the spot. I usually like being, the interviewer. But I hope you enjoyed it at home. If you're still watching, that is. I don't know if anyone will watch this. But if you are still here, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe got to know me a little bit more. And we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
So bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.